So we're halfway through the season. It's been pretty impressive so far. We've got 52 points from out 63. We're third best attack, second best defence. We've got 10 clean sheets. And we haven't failed scoring any games so far. What you expected or hoped for at the beginning of the season, does it match where we are now?
I mean, we set it out quite clearly at the start of the season when we got all the lads in, all new players with the lads we carried on from last season, and we set it out that promotion was the aim, and ultimately winning the league is the top goal that we're aiming for. I think there was quite a few, wasn't there, that maybe didn't believe us and thought it was just words and there was no real meaning behind it. But we've started really well. We've continued that. We've shown great spirit to get back in games, keep fighting for each other, and I think we deserve to be where we are in the
league. We've had some very interesting games, some really tense ones. Have you got a highlight of the season so far?
I don't have one particular thing. I think we talked about this earlier, weren't we? Like, there's the fighting spirit that we seem to have a never say die attitude. I think the fitness comes into that because we just continue to roll, keep on going. I think if we won on Saturday against Worsborough, having me said that we were going to win the second half 3-0 at half time, I think if we nicked one at the end, then I think we'd have all agreed that would have been the highlight so far. I think, but it does buy into what I sort of just said then about the fact that we have got a mentality that we never say die. I think I might have mentioned it for the weekend again to a few people that it's not like at Fergie time, it was never a coincidence. He always said it wasn't a coincidence that Man United used to score in the last minute. And I don't think it's a coincidence we do that. We just keep on going. We've just trained today really hard, more like a pre-season session, to be honest. So I think that fitness level complemented with the mentality, just keep on going, that is the big thing. I can't really pick one particular thing that's been a highlight. Hopefully the second half of the season we'll have some more highlights that I can really pinpoint.
Do either of you have a particular game you're most looking forward to? We've just started our return fixtures, so the one that stands out that you're really looking forward to getting to?
Looking forward to playing Durn again. I think that was a big performance when we played them at our place earlier in the season. Beating 3-1. They just keep winning. They've got a really strong team full of experienced players, got good management. And you want to really be testing yourself against those top teams. At the moment, we are one of those top teams, so people are desperate to take points off us. But what we've built here shows the togetherness, how much we work hard for each other. We get back in games when it's not quite working for us. And yeah, you've got to relish those big games. We should have played Leeds UFCA today, which has been a real tough one. We've got Wakey next week, which they'd be a decent crowd. So they're the big games to look forward to. But we take it one game at a time. We're never getting too far ahead of ourselves. And we just focus on the next game and then just keep rolling that week on week.
Last question. If you could go back and talk to yourself at the beginning of the season, is there any bit of advice you'd give yourselves, knowing what's happened so far?
The only thing that springs to mind, and it might be the same thing that springs to your mind, is we'd be undefeated. The reason I'd say we'd be undefeated in the league is because we wouldn't have lost Doncaster, because we learned so much from that game. That being said, we learned so much from that game. So we've been better as a management team since that. And we've been better with our game management, we've been better with our substitutions, collectively as a mentality have been better on the pitch. So isn't it funny that although that's the first thing that springs to mind, I do think if that hadn't have happened, we'll be where we are. And I think I reflected on it the day after that game. I mean, we lost the game in 6 minutes, in the last 6 minutes of the game, we were winning 2-0. And reflecting on the Sunday, once I got over it, I think it was a Sunday, it was a little bit like, I just wonder if this is going to be the thing that kicks us, that makes sure that we are, I feel like we are quite humble and we aren't arrogant, but that just make sure we check ourselves in and we make sure we do the right things and right decisions. And although that's the one thing that does stick in my mind, I do wonder if that hadn't have happened, we'd be where we were. Because you sometimes have to fall to beat yourself back up again, and I feel that's what we've sort of done from there.